Very good morning everybody and welcome to the Imagine Cruising 2023 World Indoor Bowls Championships live from Potters Resorts in Hopton-on-Sea. First game up for you today, well, it's Jason Banks against Jason Greenslade. Let's have a look at what's coming up for the rest of today. At 1 o'clock will be Mark Dawes against David Gourlay MBE. Following that game will be Wayne Wilgress and Jamie Walker, and 7:30 Robert Paxton will face Paul Foster MBE. Well, it's time to go down to the portable rink now and pick up the coverage from the BBC.
Thank you very much, Rishi. Yes, the first of our players out this morning. We have a previous World Under-25 semi-finalist. He's a British Isles Under-25 singles champion, and earlier this week defeated world number 1 and reigning champion to make it here today. From Scotland, please put your hands together for Jason Banks.
It's Friday afternoon and I've just finished work. Well, I go to the pub while I wait for the bus. I've got half an hour, I'm not in a rush. I'm drinking it quick, there's time enough.
His opponent for this match, we have a former Scottish Open champion with 9 national titles to his name. He is a former Commonwealth medalist and previous World Pairs champion. Please give a big warm welcome to world number 9 from Guernsey, Jason Greenslade.
Thank you, Rishi. Good morning, everyone. The best day of the whole tournament, in many people's opinion. Friday quarter-final day. Players have all had many matches under their belts. They've had lots of time to practice. So hopefully all 8 players will be in top form. Once again, Jason Greenslade sporting the cap. He used to use that a lot in the earlier career and stopped for a while, but he's back on again. Had the opportunity to practice for 30 minutes beforehand, and it's a very short introduction for the first match. So they're only off the rink for about 4 minutes, and then back on it. Certainly won't change in that time.
Four inches short of jack high.
Jason Greenslade uses quite a narrow bias bowl. He's always down the inside line. And that would have been reasonably good. Just dropping inside, but another 2 or 3 feet, he would have held it.
It's now 2.5 feet. 1 green.
What's my last ball for Jack High?
It's now 10 inches short of Jack High.
Very clearly here that Jason Banks is from Scotland, Inverary, which is quite a bit up in the north of Scotland.
Played this well.
Just needs to stop.
1 red.
Yeah, switching over to play down the forehand, safely past the green short bowl. Finishing shot and behind the jack.
Well, Jason would love to play this. Sorry, Jason Greenslade would like to play this on the backhand. The problem with that is that if he goes too hard at it, he could take his own ball out. So he has to be a bit careful. Yes, hence the draw line. Just wants to dip under the front red one. Not far away, but it needs to bend. That's where the straighter ball hurts. It's cost him another shot.
2 red.
They're not very straight by any means. They're reasonably medium bias. There are a lot of balls on the market that are much, much straighter than those, but work very well on certain occasions, especially if the jack's off centre, as we see Jason Banks' parents there watching. They've been with him all week, Angela and Colin. Colin himself a very good bowler. He's played here, he's also played qualifiers and different events.
Well played, Jason Banks.
Oh, it's a good end.
Been very, very happy to get that first end under his belt, locked onto the pace.
3 shots, Jason Banks.
Yes, absolutely, you're right, Shan. The first thing is get on the card, but to get off with a 3, it's very handy.
Jack length 25 metres.
Jason Greenslade is twice the age of Jason Banks. Jason 52, Jason Banks 26. And most of that life of 52 have been playing international standard bowls. He was a teenager when he first came into the Welsh team. He's played at all levels, indoor and outdoor, so vastly experienced. Now living in Guernsey.
Gap on the last ball, 4 inches. 1 red.
So my ball, please. How far past?
12 inches past Jack High.
Where's the my ball?
Gap on your ball 4 inches.
4 inches means that you can arrive at the ball, not worry about springing the jack too far. Back green wants a target though.
Played this very well. Jason's ball just sat down at the perfect moment.
Well, yes and no. I actually think it was a better ball if it had stayed up, because
He's going to come just behind.
Jason's wing ball.
he was coming into a perfect position behind the jack.
Funny how things like that happen sometimes.
Yes, well, it's worth attacking. Jason Greenslade is a very, very aggressive player.
Hurry! And Jack.
Yep. Bye-bye to the jack. That's going to go off the rink. That'll be on the respot position.
Yeah, Jason just attacking onto Jason Banks's shot bowl, which went with the jack. That's going to take the respot shot. We had about a yard to draw.
1 red.
A bit more than a yard. That's my kind of yard when I direct my players.
Well, that's
5
what we
feet.
do. The green and the rink is actually laid out in meters, but we usually say a yard when it's 4 feet, because you don't want them whizzing through by saying 4 or 5 feet. He'll get closer with this, I'm sure. This should dip inside the bowl. Yep, that's good. That's a tester. Beatable, but it's a tester. And this is where Jason Greenslade's slightly narrow profile bowls should work for him.
Needs to run.
Well, a guaranteed second.
Shot, Jason Banks.
Set score 4-0 after 2 ends.
2 9-end sets still at this stage until the final. 3-end tiebreak. Good time to play. First thing in the morning, the first game, because of the practice time that's available beforehand. Variations on the pace of the green usually do not change an awful lot in the morning one. Later on the day, well, that's different. The rink itself does change in terms of the line of the bowls and even the pace of it. Good starter bowls. The key to a good match. He's trying to hold this one up just on the inside.
One red.
If he'd been through the pace,
Your ball 9 inches, green 10.
so I was about to say, Jason Greenslade's ball, if he had had an extra couple of feet of running, it would have held the line a bit longer. Once again, trying to get to the green ball or to the jack.
Well played. He was so impressed with Jason Banks in his games against both Simon Skelton and Les Gillett, and he's started off this match in exactly the same way.
Well, he's this new group of players that are coming through to press the established senior players in Scotland. There we go. Jason Greenslade hitting things again. Is very much that sort of player. He will back himself to hit heads.
Got the shot ball. His green ball has run through, leaving one to Jason Banks, but really cleared a lot out there.
And
Jason Banks only has one ball left on the green.
the question is, Shan, what does he do? Does he go deep in the full knowledge that Jason Greenslade can actually run the jack, or does he put another ball in? And that's why he's thinking about this.
I think either way you've got to face that you could be 3 down, because the red ball goes, he's going to be 3 down if he clatters it right through. If the jack goes, if Jason Greenslade's bowl goes with it, he's still 3 down.
Yeah.
Can't cover everything. Needs to get away from his own bowl.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's very good.
Centre rink at the back. Chances are if they hit the jack, it will miss those balls, but there's always a possibility of getting stuck on one. But Jason Greenslade will be after the 2 balls, no doubt about that.
I think that was the best choice in that situation, because psychologically now Jason's got to think more about the pace he plays as well in order to get the jack through.
Timeout call.
Do you think he'll just go
Jason
flat out at it?
I think he'll go flat out at it, because the 2 reds will disappear and his own ball won't stay, but he'll get 3. And if he hits it hard enough, no matter where he hits the jack, the chances are he's going to come out with 1. At the very least, he'll probably hit a red ball through the head. He's playing on his forehand, but looks, has he changed it? Yep, down on his forehand. Oh, wow.
It's very, very close to that jack.
Was he ever?
One shot, Jason Banks.
He was calling it to get down, which means come off the line, the higher line, down into the jack.
After 3.
Tactically, a very interesting end.
I don't think you see Jason Greenslade play that flat out very often. He plays a heavy runner very well, but I don't think he plays that full out very often at all.
He's good at it though.
Jason Banks will be happy because he's got him playing the shots early on.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Jason Banks' sister also plays bowls at a high level, has been here for the match play. Carla, really good bowler. Again, it's this new block of younger players in their 20s that are coming through.
3.5 inches.
And it's very important to encourage those, there's no doubt about that, to bring through the under-25s competitions to the full international level. Quite often, like Jason and others, they play in both the under-25s and the full senior team, as you did, Shan.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first ways to do that, because formerly that wasn't an option. If you were under 25, you didn't play in the seniors, which seems crazy now, but that's the way it was.
Both players just seem to be able to get right into the jack. This is really top quality stuff.
1 green.
It's not bad there. Both players using the same manufacturer bowls and almost the same model. One's just a tiny little bit less biased than the other. This one's going to come back really close. It's all a matter of connections now. Does he squeeze the jack right?
Okay.
Well, if he's not holding the shot, he's certainly got a good second.
That one made it much better for him. Just a little touch of the jack here. Yeah, I think it looks like he's got the shot as well. Played it really well.
It's really good grouping. Tremendous bowls. Both players. A difficult one for Jason Greenslade to get out of. Well, that's a very handy bowl, because if Jason Banks attacks this, which he has to be careful about, he's lined the shot, he would like to rest his own bowl to push the green bowl out for 3 or 4. But if he gets to the jack, that back green one is going to come into play. Well, he's playing the forehand. He's not even bothering. He's more or less saying to Jason Greenslade, if you want the shot, you're going to have to come into this. Now he has a ball waiting for it.
This is a very good ball.
Yeah.
Just splits up the 2 green at the back.
This is good. The strategy of both players playing to their strengths, but tactically it's top drawer stuff.
Very good effort.
Yep, he was
Played it
calling
really
on
well.
Jack. 2.
Jason Greenslade playing it with more pace than his last
Jason
bowl, just to make
Greenslade.
sure the jack was forced right through. Take a 2. Get himself on the scorecard in this opening set.
Well, that's a very
5-2
typical
after 4
Jason Greenslade shot. As you were saying before, good controlled weight. Played it well. Any more weight, he could have taken his own ball out, so it was quite brave to play it.
And of course 7-0 down and 5-2 down is a big difference at this point.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
Both players leading off in the backhand away from the commentary position. We've got a very good view of it. You can see the lines they're taking, and you can see the difference. The red ball swinging in. That was on a very similar line to Jason Greenslade's green balls. You can see the difference in the bend. Didn't get back in time. The weight was lovely for the job. Should be a wider line. It's all about getting back to the green one. Here it comes, swinging strong. That looked even wider actually than his first one.
Yeah, and it seemed to bend more.
Just the one.
One red.
Drop the weight. Well, that's not going to help because he really likes to play the running ball if he's in trouble. A little touch in the jack could make 3 here. Irrespective, I suggest he needs another one in. 2 balls can disappear.
Well played.
Well, get a good look at them because they may not be there in a few seconds.
Jason's ideal ball would have been to turn this jack round the corner. He is holding 3, but they will all go.
Yeah, forehand with weight. Try and take all of them away from the head. Oh, I don't believe it. There he goes again. He's been playing running balls constantly with his last ball and playing them well, and then all of a sudden he changes to the draw at a time when you're thinking he's bound to hit that.
Yeah, when you think it's crying out for it.
It's absolutely shouting, please take me away. Oh, he is an enigma, there's no doubt about it.
2 red.
And then he drops short. Look, it just doesn't make sense, but this is the way Jason Greenslade plays the game, and it makes him so interesting. He's unpredictable.
Fascinating to watch.
Oh, I love watching Jason Greenslade, I really do.
Jason Banks has got some work to do, not quite got the pace, I don't blame him.
Yeah, you'll not worry about that.
2 shots, Jason Banks.
Jason Banks gets the 2 shots back that he lost the previous end. Restores his 5-shot lead.
7-2 after 5 ends.
It's a big crowd in. A few seats there, but whenever you get so many in,
Cat length 26 metres.
you're still getting 500 or 600 people or more. Stand on the other side as well, much smaller one.
Well, they know that they've got a great day of bowls ahead, and also nice to see 2 different faces at the quarter-final stage. Great start again from Jason Banks. Really strong with his opening bowl.
Yeah. Jason Greenslade's been around the game for
5-inch gap.
international level since he's been about 16 or 17. At the top level, certainly in television bowls for the guts of 25 years, well known to the viewers and the public. Jason Banks, well, he wasn't even born whenever Jason Greenslade was playing for Wales.
Great reply.
That's the great thing about bowls. You start young enough, you can be there for quite a long time.
One green.
This one's got a bit of work to do. It's coming back now. Oh, it's a good ball. Goodness me, that swung right back the centre line. Tough audience out there. Probably 9 inches away.
Well, they've come to expect a couple of inches with each bowl, haven't they? It's made them hard. Jason looking to sit this bowl, pick up the jack, it's back up, and the gap.
Yeah, the gap that he always looked like it was going through, but you're right, a pick up of the jack actually would have been quite good there.
Would have just been looking to take the danger away, tuck it round the corner out of sight. Not a bad position to finish in though.
Well, he's not getting the shot this end, but he's put in a good cover bowl because a trail of the jack was worth 2 or 3. So again, whether he was meant to draw that shot or come through by 2 feet, either way, it's a useful bowl. Just holds the line for a long, long time before it bends. Close
Very
with
close
this.
here. Well played.
2 shots, Jason Greenslade.
Great delivery from Jason Greenslade to
Set
draw
score
another and make
7-4
it 2.
after 6 ends.
He does handle a flatter line ball very well indeed. Jason normally go long in this situation. So let's see, the match right back, I think, on the tee. So he must be looking for 29, 29 and a half.
Track length 28 metres.
Didn't quite make it, about 28 metres. Jason Banks is now taking a line which is much further outside. It's a tremendous day of bowls, of course, quarterfinals day. And we have much more coming up for you in the BBC with the open singles with Mark Dawes against David Gurley. 1 o'clock live, followed by, again live, Wayne Wilgris and Jimmy Walker. And then from tonight, will be on the red button, Robert Paxson against Paul Foster. What a lineup. Wow, it's a massive wide line. And here it comes. I think that's probably about 18 inches wider on that hand than Jason Greenslade. Now, it's not all to do with the hand, of course, with regards to the side of the rink. It's to do with the delivery as well. Jason very much plays across himself, which holds the ball up longer.
One green.
This one, all about good weight. It's not going to make the trip. And that was a very important bowl. Getting one in there, Sham would have closed it down and made it hard. Now, Jason Greenslade's in with a chance of touching the jack and making a 3. It's not going to be an easy one to get out of if he plays that shot.
Hurry! Hurry! Stay
He's
up!
very close to the jack.
Stay up.
Exactly what he's
And just
looking
turn
for.
it.
He's got
Just
it.
turn it.
Yeah, well played.
And that's what made Jason Banks' bowl, his third bowl, so important. By being short, he left that chance, and now he is in a heap of trouble.
Yeah, because not only is he 3 down, but it's also that jack's very protected by all the short stuff at the front.
Yes, his difficulty is that if he comes down on the backhand and just gets to the ball and flops off, it's probably still 2,
Jason
maybe
Banks
even
has
3.
4 timeouts remaining.
If he's going to play that shot, he has to make sure he gets past his own front bowl and comes inside. Now, he can do it on the draw. If he gets into that ball, he can flop back. If he gets into the jack, he gets second. He'll do well to get second out of this. There doesn't appear to be much of a hit on the forehand.
It would be a bit of a hit and hope, wouldn't it? Because the angles of of Jason Banks' own front bowls, nothing's looking that nice.
Yep, going for the draw, which is the correct shot, no doubt about that.
Really good effort here.
Oh, he needs to bend.
Yeah, well played.
Yep. Just didn't get back in time. I think he's taken 1 off.
2 shots, Jason Greenslade.
Set score 7-6 after 7 hours.
Really good game, this. One of these tight matches that you expect at this level. Both bowlers in full concentration mode.
Jack length 29.5 metres.
Well, we knew we'd get a full length at some stage with Jason Greenslade on the green, or on the rink. It's a terminology we use on the green. Slip into it occasionally.
Even when it's blue.
Exactly. It's a strange
Makes no
thing.
sense whatsoever, but we all
No,
do it.
we all do it. Most of the indoor carpets, of course, are still green. A number of them are blue. My own club has got 2 blue carpets, but
Yeah, we've gone blue as well.
yeah, it's 13 rinks in my club, so. And of course, thank goodness we haven't got to the stage of changing the outdoor greens. We don't need to spray them blue.
A 7-inch gap.
Yep, just the wrong side with the weight, that was all. Not much. Of course, in Australia where you've played, and some of the, especially up the northern part of Queensland, some of the greens they're almost yellow with the burnt grass, and they're so short.
And so quick.
Yep, and they've got a machine that can go out there. They say it's called a polishing machine, which is run up and down the green and adds another second or so onto the pace, but literally polishes what grass there is left. Oh, has he got it right? He's got the edge. Yeah, he got it half bowl, quarter bowl. needed it full. Once again, in the area, never far away with the running ball.
What's my shot ball for Jack High there?
Shot ball 5 inches short
See
of
his
Jack
reaction.
High.
He wanted the
How far through
better
my
connection.
last ball?
3.5 feet.
3.5 feet's not bad. Very, very handy back ball, so this should be another one to try and get close to the jack. Put the pressure on. Jason Greenslade's only got one ball to recover, but this needs to hurry. Oh, he's missed
One
a
there.
chance. Yeah, there's the shake of the head, he knows it. Yep, this looks quick. Just a little bit, not far away. Not even a murmur of a clap for that effort. But she said, Shan, expectations are high.
They are. Jason Banks got a big chance here to take a 2 going into the last end of this first set. Yep, well played.
Yep.
So again, that.
A lot of room. And he made sure he was reaching.
2 shots, Jason Banks.
Played it well.
Set score 9-6 after 8
Taken
ends.
full advantage to add a 2 and put himself in a position where he's 3 up going into the last end of the first set.
A lot of 2s in this game. A lot of last balls that have been coming into count. You know, 15 shots in 8 ends are almost like 2 shots an end. That's unusual. But the quality of play has been extremely high. Wow, he's pushed this ball out. Goodness me, that's a wide line. A little struggle to get back from there. He's been playing that forehand quite well, but it's not what he wanted. It's the first ball.
What's the gap on that last ball?
About 2 feet.
Cheers.
His first ball ended up in a position. It didn't look in the way, but he just didn't want to risk it. Plays the open hand and plays a beauty.
Very good correction, changes his hand.
One red.
What's What's the gap on my shot ball?
4 inches.
Just another one behind the jack would be perfect.
Yeah, just looking to match Jason's last bowl, ideally. All the way back down here. Oh, look at this.
Well, that's even better.
Didn't need to be that close to it, but why not?
Well, finishes there. He'll be very happy. Jason Greenslade is in a heap of trouble. Has to play the forehand. He's going to have to try and make some sort of a disturbance to pull the jack back. Has to bring his back ball into play.
Two red.
Well, I think it's gone now. I don't think there's much can be done. Cannot see how he could possibly make 3 out of this.
Timeout call. Jason Banks has 3 timeouts remaining.
Well, he's given this a lot of attention, a lot of concentration, but to be absolutely truthful with you, he's trying to work out how on earth is Jason Greenslade going to get 3. I think, Shan, that he really should put a ball pretty close to the back green one. The jack side of it, preferably. And just leave the head as it is.
Like you say, I just can't see with 2 short bowls how Jason Greenslade is going to make a 3 from this.
Yep, well, there's the old default shot. If you're not sure what to do, go deep. Very good English bowler, knows that very well. He knows exactly what to do on the old default. One of our good friends, David Bolt.
I'm saying nothing.
Oh, Bolty knows. You don't know what to do, just go deep on the head because you're going to have a value to the ball. And Jason Greenslade, there's no shot there.
Jason Banks.
Absolutely no shot. Considering what Jason Greenslade was playing, you sort of think to yourself, how on earth did that happen after the first bowl of Jason Banks?
One life, hey, we've only got one life, one life. Ooh, we've only got one life, yeah.
One life. Live it, love it, share it. Discover the world with Imagine Cruising. For more information, visit imaginecruising.co.uk. At All Protected.
Changed a bit in the middle, but he was able to finish it off with 2 twos to take the set.
Scottish contingent here to represent their bowlers. 3 from Scotland, still in the last 8. 1 from Guernsey and 4 from England. Of course, Jason Greenslade is Welsh, but onto the flag of Guernsey because that's where he lives at the moment. Well, it's where he'll live for quite a few years, I'm sure. So what I say also, Shan, to a lot of young players when they're playing or if I'm doing any coaching or anything, I just say if you get a good head of bowls don't leave wing bowls. You know, use the old default. Go deep, go behind it, just in case, because at least then it's got a value to it rather than a nothing bowl. And I know the likes of, as mentioned, David Ball, that does a lot of work with young people over the years, and we always try and promote that if we can. If your lead gets a front touch or anything behind the jack, doesn't matter where it is, it's good.
Yeah, because it's still into play. It's still in play and will be useful as the end progresses. You've got options. It's always good to have options, even if you're holding, because as we all know, things can very quickly change.
2 green.
Well, now, unusually for Jason Banks, he's played 2 heavy bowls. He's out on a draw line, but his pace hasn't changed an awful lot. Well, it's brilliant grouping, but all in the wrong place. Yes, the crowd were very surprised at that. So used to Jason Banks putting a close bowl in. I do wonder, Shan, you know what it's like in a lot of matches, you get a really wayward end.
Always in singles in particular.
There's going to be one end that you struggle, and really Jason Banks has to get a bowl, well, even within 18 inches would be good. He knows the line. Trouble is the overcorrection. Well, the line's good enough to do the job. The weight looks better.
It's better here. Good enough for shot. Well played, Jason Banks.
And more importantly, the pickup of the jack was a real bonus. Brought his back bowls into play.
Played a big bowl when he really needed it. He was 3 down. Jason Greenslade still has 1 to play. Got the shot, turned the jack round 2. Shake of the head there. What happened with the first 3? He's saying to himself.
Well, he'll be after this. You can trail it for 2 or take the bowl out. So he's going for the trail. Couldn't really afford to drive it because bowl on the jack, he would be losing 4. Just trying to draw up and turn it.
Quite making the trip.
Good effort. Very good effort. But that was a get out of jail card with the last bowl.
1-0, first end.
It's not a policy that you want to be using all the time. You want to build heads, so got away with it that time. I would expect him to be a lot closer with the first 2 in this end. International Arena here at Potter's Resort is wonderful, no doubt about that.
Jack length 26 metres.
correction.
3-inch gap on the shot ball.
He never ceases to amaze me, Jason Greenslade. He really never ceases to amaze me. I love it. I really do. He had a good second. He could draw on the backhand to turn the jack for 2, and he drives through the head.
I think sometimes you just don't quite see it coming as well.
Well, he was lining up in the mat, and I was thinking, I'm not going to say anything here because surely he's not going to drive at this. He's got 2 against him. He's got the best back ball, Jason Greenslade. Now he got 3 against him, and he's going to have to go back to the draw.
Yeah, draw for a good second.
Yeah, try and get a good second, and if you manage to get the shot, it's a bonus. Oh, he can't be contemplating anything else, surely. Yeah, good second.
There's a job. Played it well.
Sensible head back on for the 3rd delivery. It was a strange one.
One red.
Couldn't afford to play anything other than the draw. Didn't want to take his own ball out. Calling it to hurry. Has to pass the red one, but always looked under for weight.
One shot, Jason Banks.
Set score 2-0 after 2 ends.
Well, you're never going to get bored when Jason Greenslade's on the rink. So it makes him so attractive to watch. Not so sure what he'd be like to play with, because he does see things in a different way. I think if Jason was my skip, I wouldn't discuss much with him. I would just say, you just play what you want.
Yeah, and he plays it so well. He does
Exactly.
flip from, you know, an attacking bowl and then is able to draw again straight away. So, yeah, it might seem a bit unusual, his shot selection, but I suppose it doesn't really matter when you execute it so well and you're able to chop and change between shots.
Oh, look at that. What a beautiful animal. Compliant, quiet, obedient.
Describing yourself?
I was actually going to say we all wish for someone like that in our lives, but
Is my ball through?
Then I thought I'd better not. Certainly not me, I can tell you that. I'm obedient at home.
Okay, Jason Banks.
Just looked over the line. Thing is, with having the little white spots down the center of the rink, you can pretty much tell, at least the player can pretty much tell if they're on the target. Jason would normally have, Jason Greenslade would have been shouting at that ball for the jack rather than the ball, unless he got both of them. But he was very quiet. He knew he was just slightly off target.
Two red.
Interesting one. He's tempted, because if he gets to 2, Jason Banks will draw another shot. Jason Greenslade can draw a second shot, but he's so attacking.
Yep, going again. It's on a tighter line. Still just
again.
wide.
Yeah, I think the danger for him there was getting the front red ball onto his own ball, and he would have taken it out. The next one will have to be a draw. So I don't think Jason Banks will be too worried about putting a back one in of any sort. Just try and draw another shot. The backhand's good because it hides it away past the green ball. He's also been playing this backhand, so no need to change.
Yeah, well played.
Oh, that's a really good
Very
one.
good indeed.
Red. The only thing is that Jason Greenslade might say to himself here, I'm 3 down. The best I can do is, well, arguably third shot.
I think he'll hit it again.
Yep, just try and damage limitation, take 2 out, or hope for a good result. Oh, dear me. Well, that was...
Ill-timed cough.
Well, it was quite loud as well, just right in the middle. This is the problem with a silent arena. It's probably why we need some sort of music or some sort of noise in the background to take the edge off that. Down to 5 seconds, and he was mid-delivery, so I don't think that's quite fair. I think he's looking at it and thinking, well, I was mid-delivery, the ball was going to be away 1 second later. I'm now starting, so they have to start the clock mid-delivery. So it should be okay. Taking his time. Good man. It's the right thing to do.
Oh, goodness me. Nobody cough when he's on the mat, please.
Not a cough or a sneeze or something, but...
Just hold it in.
Yeah, I think, look...
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? You know, when you're, like you say, it's so quiet.
Yeah.
It's not that anyone in the audience is doing anything wrong, obviously, but some players are more sensitive than others, but in here, the very slightest noise, it really carries around the whole stadium.
It does. I think the officials have been very, very sensible here. Common sense has come in a big way. They've reset the clock and just said, look, he was getting the ball away. He was within the 30 seconds. Let's not worry about it. And that's good. And that's good management. It's good umpiring. Everybody's on edge now.
Yeah.
Still on the wide side, not by much, but missed it twice on the high,
Jason Banks.
and missed it again in the third ball on the high.
Set score 5-0 after 3 ends.
I think there's lots and lots of problems attached to silent arenas. There's no doubt about that. Jason Greenslade will obviously be thinking to himself, okay, you know, a couple of coughs, whatever. It didn't put him off in the end because they cleared the shot clock, but
It's not ideal when you've got to pull a shot out of the bag anyway, though, is it?
Nope.
And it does,
just bad timing.
psychologically, it does have an impact. They're well used to this environment, I know, but
It's a difficult problem. We talk about it every year, and it's a difficult one to get past. So, I'm really sure what they can do about it, but I've no doubt it will
24.5 metres.
test the Mandarins within the World Bowls Tour. Beautiful trophy, Langham glass. Puts his hand out like that. He's normally just on the heavy side. Not much. That's a good ball.
One green.
But he knew it was just past the jack. It's the same cough. Oh, Jason on the mat this time. Well, it's not in, but
one green.
It's in a position where you know Jason Greenslade will actually play the jack through to get a 3 or a 4, so a cover ball is required from Jason Banks. I always look what his job is, Jason Banks. He's an undersea design engineer. Now it's undersea equipment, I believe, that he's involved in the designing as an engineer. Fascinating. Needs to run with
hurry
this.
all the way back.
One green.
Oh, I wonder, will he take a risk?
I think he will. Jason Greenslade finds himself 5 shots adrift after 3 ends, exactly the same as he was in the first set. It's a chance here, and I think he will take it.
He would have to be very heavy to take his own ball out. Let's put it that way. I think he'll control the weight, just have enough to get inside the front red one and pull the jack back.
Timeout call. Jason Greenslade has 3 timeouts remaining.
He has to judge it to come inside the red ball there and just get to the jack. Now, if he gets to the jack, on the inside in particular, and pulls it this way, he'll make 4. If he gets onto the jack and gets the red ball, he'll get 2. The key to this one is getting the right weight. Oh, my goodness me.
I don't think he's sure about whether to play it.
It's early in the set, that's why, but he's running the clock down. This is going to be close. No, another timeout. Wow. It's been a while since I've seen any player
Jason now has 2 timeouts
take 2 timeouts in one end. 2.5 minutes to play 1 ball. It just shows the level of difficulty with this one, Shan, to play this ball right.
Yeah, it's a very hard shot to play. Gone for the draw.
He's decided against it. Goodness me, this is a narrow line.
Don't think he's here.
Well, 2 timeouts in many ways, not wasted because he was thinking about it so much, but
1 shot, Jason Greenslade.
yeah, he was just saying there, I think, that he really wanted to play the backhand, but just felt it was too risky.
After 4 ends.
That's about as much as they've had a chat about in this match. I think he was right in the end.
It's caught in 2 minds.
Well, you can just hear him say they're caught in 2 minds, but it's the cost benefit, isn't it, really? You know, if the benefit is 3 or 4 and the cost is that you could give the shot away.
Yeah, the more you think about something like that, the more likely you are to talk yourself out of playing it. I think if you see something, play it straight away. You know, it's fresh in your mind. That was a long time he waited there.
Up there.
5 inches.
Well played. 2 great bowls from Jason Greenslade.
What's the gap on that last ball, please?
5 inches.
It's a gap between the 2 balls that's really important. You can fit a ball in there, but the forehand offers up a rest, and that's why he's angled towards the forehand. Typical Jason Banks. He'll try and draw this Try and get something close. He just had the pace, too much pace. Well, this is building now. A chance for Jason Greenslade to add a third. He's asking some questions of his opponent.
Played it well.
It's going to be tempting to hit this. The problem is that if he does hit it, where's the jack going to go? But anywhere would be better than where it is at the moment. But if he gets blasting into it, there is a chance that if he hits this ball absolutely perfect, the other two will disappear. Now, it's not in his gameplay normally. Normally he would try and draw this. So it'll be interesting to see what he decides on it. The danger for him is if he misses it, well, he's going to be looking at a big count. Hence the draw.
It's close.
Oh, he's on the front one.
Well, didn't finish well, did it?
No, it didn't really, but
He had the pace to draw a second. He just didn't want contact with that front green first. Just needed to skim it on either side.
well, Francis Fletcher said it's 2 green, which means that the back green ball is not in play. So,
Timeout called. Jason Greenslade has 1 timeout remaining.
very close. I think you have to be the marker in this situation, to be right over the head. Tell the difference. It's another problem. Does he draw another shot? Does he go for cover? Going for cover. Looking for the respot. You'll see it just at the bottom of your picture to the left. It's a little white dot. No, that's good. Yep. And the crowd obviously are aware of the fact that that's available. I think Jason Banks will maybe look at this now for a hit.
Down the forehand, it's looking quite nice.
There's an element of danger about a lot of weight shots, and if he takes his own out, he loses one more. If he gets a jack, he'll probably reduce it to a single. Controlled weight.
He's close. Needs to hold on now. Got his own bowl.
Yeah, that was always the
He's
danger.
unlucky.
If he got his own ball, he could lose an extra shot, but I think it was the right shot to play.
Yeah, it was. The percentages were there.
3 shots, Jason Greenslade.
Good end by Jason Greenslade. Put the pressure on the young man.
Set score 5-4 after 5 ends.
That's a big 3 to pick up. His first of the match.
Jack length 29 metres.
Is it on the tee?
About half a metre short of the tee.
Yeah, Jason thought it was on the tee, but half a metre. Players need to know that because the muscle memory is set for a full-length head.
What's the gap on that ball, please?
22 inches.
Plenty of room to get round it with his ball. This looks good, really good.
One green.
There's been an element, Shan, of in this match of players putting the other player under pressure and having to play recovery bowls. Jason Greenslade's shown that with the weight shots, but Jason Banks has faced one or two difficult positions.
Yeah, the standard's been high. The shot's been changing quite a lot throughout the end and who's holding shot. Jason Banks having the edge over putting Jason Greenslade under pressure in the first set. Quite evenly matched here so far, halfway through the second.
Well, after his previous ball, which actually wasn't far away for weight, let's put a little bit more on. He's got a decent second, but it is a wing ball. That usually means it's available to rest off. No danger here for Jason Greenslade. Can afford to make this.
One green.
Well, it's for Jason Banks. He's only got one bowl there and he can't afford to lose it. He has got the back position, but definitely doesn't want to be pinging his red bowl out.
Well, the backhand's more or less closed down for his weight, the type of ball he plays. I think he's going to have to try and play the forehand here because it could go so wrong if he plays the backhand. Oh my goodness me, I'm not sure what that was, but sounds more like it was coming through the PA, so it's not. Technology's a wonderful thing when it's working, but occasionally it goes wrong. Surely he's got to play us in a forehand on a draw. If he plays a backhand here, it has to be very precise. This will be impressive.
Just looking to find its way through the gap between the two green. He's on the narrower side.
Oh, he's close.
He's very close to this. He's got the jack. What a bowl that is.
Oh, please.
That was a hard shot to play.
Oh, that's the sort of ball that wins you matches.
Had to draw very fine margins to get through those green bowls perfectly. Played it so well, picked up the jack. That was brilliant.
Well, I think even Jason Greenslade would be clapping that one. And that's about as much of a reaction you're going to get out of Jason Banks. That's him getting excited. What a shot. And a great time to do it.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
Crowd still buzzing from that last bowl.
Would have been a great bowl to get 1 out of it, but to make a 3, it's very special. Good time to do it.
Andy.
Slightly short of the jack.
3 inches short of jack high.
Jason Banks has controlled the adrenaline.
He looks totally comfortable out there.
Yes, he's not. He's probably buzzing inside, but he's a calm sort of guy. Once again, we're seeing the type of play that Jason Greenslade brings to the party. Call him what you want, Jason Greenslade, but he's always unpredictable. And I think highly entertaining.
Very different styles of play, these two. Jason Banks a lot more considered and more cautious player.
Doesn't want to frame it. Oh dear, he has. Yeah, anything behind the jack would have been good, but he's framed this. And Jason Greenslade will drive again.
Passing full.
Got the jack. Didn't go with it.
No,
it's the only
he's-
saving grace for Jason Banks.
He's pinned the jack, but it's within the playing area of the ditch.
Jason Greenslade not quite getting the jack full, which is what he wanted.
1 green.
Much better than what it was. Hit 2 against him.
Yep.
Now he holds the shot, but it's a distance away. And this is not going to be easy on the narrow side, because it's right on the extreme of the rink. Surprised he's playing this. Oh my goodness, he's close to the edge with this. Really close.
It's okay.
Played it well.
It's
No,
just
it's
how
all about
far
the
his
weight.
bowl bends.
And his weight's good enough for shot.
Yeah, it's a good starter. Both players got 2 bowls.
A little bit surprised he played the narrow side. There's lots of room on the other one. But Jason Greenslade will be in the same position, right on the inside of the mat. Almost off it. But at the point of delivery, his toe is on the mat, and that's good enough, or above it. Straighter ball. Doesn't swing as much.
Just in.
Dear, oh dear.
Thought he'd got away with it, to be honest.
I think I would go the other way now in the backhand rather than the forehand. I can't see Jason Banks getting any closer on the forehand. Yep, he's going the other side now, I think. I think that's wise, but he has to negotiate his own 2 bowls.
Yeah, he's missed those well.
It's funny, I was thinking of outside the bowls, not inside, but let's see how much this drifts away.
He's played it well, Porky.
Yep, played it very well. Not easy to beat.
How many timeouts have I got left?
1.
1 timeout. That's where the 2 timeouts that he took a few ends ago will work against him. He's running the 7th end. There's 2 ends to go after this.
So now call Jason Greenslade has no timeouts remaining.
He plays the same ball, just drops a foot, he'll get the shot. Still can't make up his
He can't
mind.
be looking to ditch the jack, can he?
Well, the jack's in the ditch, so...
Not ditch the jack, play the bowl, I mean, onto the...
Oh, no, he couldn't do that. Just draw. He doesn't need to be anywhere near as wide as Jason Banks, so it's all about weight.
Not here.
2 shots, Jason Banks.
He was in 2 minds there. I didn't know whether he'd be looking to... The only other option was to play onto the bowl to stay.
It's too far away from the ditch to do that.
10-4 after 7 in.
Risky one. Jason Banks is trotting along really well here. 10-4. And Jason Greenslade, well, he needs a 3. And even if he does get a 3, he needs a 4 on the last end, so it's not going to be easy.
26 metres.
Past Jack High.
It is 5.5 inches past Jack High.
Well, that's a nice position.
Just under 2 feet.
Shot clock. Oh, plenty of time. 14 seconds. Only takes a few seconds on the mat for most players, not all. Yes, it didn't look to get that one away with conviction. He has to hold it together here. He just needs to close the head down. Again, now he's very sensitive towards, and he's got no timeouts.
He's going to have the buzzer going here.
Yeah, it is going to go. I don't know what disturbed him, but they'll have to have a discussion about this. The umpire will come into play, have a chat.
Certainly the first one could hear a bit of real
They'll bring the third official in. That the first one was very noticeable, but the second one, Jason's now so sensitive to it.
Yeah, of course he is. I mean, he's been disturbed a number of times, so he's always going to pick up on it.
He cannot afford to have this ball taken away from him.
What is going through Jason Banks' mind right now, though?
Well, again, he's doing the right thing. You don't get involved. You just sit back. You're the other player. The only trouble is it's disturbing his concentration.
Yeah, of course it is.
And that's a difficult thing. Now, they're going to have a chat here with Jason. I think he's going to lose this ball. having a chat with both players. Well, that's fine. Put your case forward. And Jason's backing it up by the sounds of it. Yeah. They never like to take a ball away from a player, but you have to bear in mind that the marker and the umpire are 30, 40 metres away. So they can't hear maybe the same. I think they're going to reset it now. By the sounds of it, Jason Banks said something happened at the side. I think he confirmed that Jason Greenslade had a disturbance. And
fair play to Jason Banks.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
it's the right thing to do, but it's a tough situation to be in.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
He's just can't play this ball. Look, you've got hundreds of people out there, and it's going to be a difficult one. Well, it's a pretty good one.
Considering all that disturbance, I'm amazed he can bowl it anywhere near it.
Yes, but the player that it probably will affect the most is Jason Banks.
Yeah, you're right. And he now finds himself 2 down in an end that he can't afford to lose a 3.
He's not happy. Dropped it short. I think he knew that. Now he's in a bit of bother. It'd be dreadful if he loses a 3 or a 4 here. Well, I don't say he didn't want the jack, but it's actually okay. He's line 3.
Just getting a little touch here. Change the shape of it.
Well, they're all in. It doesn't change the shot. I think that Jason Banks can still play the draw shot. There is an attacking shot if he wants to play it to try and remove something. I couldn't blame him if he plays that with weight and a little bit controlled.
Timeout called.
Yeah.
He needs to think about this, because if he plays weight and 1 or 2 of them go, that's good enough.
So, not an easy decision to make. I must admit, be inclined to play this with a little bit of pace, but it's a hard shot in that backhand.
I think he's been drawing so well.
Well, he's on the draw. He just hasn't got much room to negotiate the jack. Needs to be up.
Needs to hurry here. Needs a little bit more just to squeeze through.
Oh, unlucky. It's dropped away. He just needed a little bit more weight. The crowd were willing that ball on, but Jason Greenslade, well, it's a strange end. It's been a difficult end. But that disturbance and extended time period has definitely affected Jason Banks more. No doubt about that. Yeah, this is looking good for 4. And in many respects, it's unfortunate that that happened.
4 shots, Jason
4
Greenslade.
shots, and that puts him right back in the set. Jason Banks needs to regroup and realise that I just need a couple of good balls here, and I'm into the semi-final.
So Jason Greenslade still needs a 3 here. 2's not enough.
Yes, and Jason Banks has done the right thing here. He's walked away, didn't get into any conversation, just regroup, keep the concentration going, and
they're going through a whole whirlwind of emotions up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Jason Banks' mum and dad, I can understand why.
Absolutely, and it's the worst place to be, sitting watching and willing someone on.
Can't really afford to be anything short, so that's not a bad starter.
One red.
Well, depends if he picks the jack up here. Nope, he's good. Picking the jack up, he was bringing it towards the red ball. Still only the one.
One green.
Just draw away. Chance with this.
Jason Banks is good here.
Yeah.
Needed a close ball just to shut it down a bit in this last end.
Massive cheer and up on that one.
Favour one red.
He's not too worried about having the shot.
The actual shot doesn't matter. It's just about having a close bowl.
Not getting down to the jack, but it's coming into a very good home. Enough for shot, but he's got a trail on for three.
One green.
So a tiebreak is not out of the question at the moment. He's out on a good line again, but his weight has to be good to get back from there. Needs good weight.
Needs to bend quicker.
Oh, he's
played
good.
It very, very well.
He's
well
got
played.
Great ball. Not out of the woods yet, but a great ball.
One red.
Just coming in, sitting off Jason Greenslade's bowl.
Jason Greenslade has no time out, so he has to play this ball. Trail is still on for three. It's a draw, and I hope to pick up the jack. Oh, he's going running. Wow.
Looking to get front connection and onto the other red ball, which he's got only two by the looks of it.
Well, the red ball moved at the back. Hasn't moved enough to make a three.
Oh my goodness.
Jason Banks is not asking. He's taking no chances. He's saying, I'm going to play that.
Two green and a measure.
Two and a measure. You have to play the ball. That was a very good result from Jason Greenslade. Jason Banks didn't waste any time. He thought, I'm going to go down here and play this bowl no matter what.
It's close, Corky.
Oh, he's got it. Just needs to hold up, doesn't want to swing away.
Well played, Jason Banks. Well played.
Oh, well done, Jason Banks. One to green, I think.
Shot, Jason Greenslade.
Yeah. Well done.
Second
well done, young man. That was brilliant. Didn't get involved in anything with regards to looking at measures and stuff.
Really well played.
He just went down, played the shot, through second, and held himself really well in that match. And a deserved winner, I think. Jason Greenslade was a brilliant contributor to the match, but I think Jason Banks was overall just the better player on the day.
Such a good game. I love that he went down and just drew that last bowl. He didn't, like you say, didn't get involved in it. He just he knew what he needed to do, went down, he executed it perfectly. How he held his nerve there after all the drama that set in particular had. Two very proud parents, I'm sure, up in the crowd.
I'm not convinced that they really held their nerve as much as...
oh, they wouldn't have. They would have been all over the shot, but...
Absolutely. But a brilliant end to a very intriguing, very interesting match. And Jason Banks, 26, coming into this match against the very experienced Jason Greenslade. We expected a lot from the young man, simply on the basis of the way he had been playing. But as usual, Jason Greenslade playing his unpredictable weight shots. But there was a time when he was continually under pressure. And it wasn't always going right. And Jason Banks kept ploughing away on the draw and playing brilliant recovery balls when he needed to. That was an important one. And then when he was line one, he was able to add another. But Jason Greenslade, well, he wasn't finished, was he? And that was the bowl of the match, in my opinion. That was a brilliant bowl to take a three on the sixth end to give him the gap he needed. And in the end, that ball was played with perfection. No need to look at measures, just get the job done. Ends 1, 11 against 7. That's a couple of counts on the side of Jason Greenslade. But I think overall, Jason Banks, just the better player on the day. But my goodness me, Jason Greenslade is just a great player to be involved in and to watch his matches.
Yes, drama on the blue rink this morning. Jason Banks has come through. Jason, I'm just going to ask you your reaction because it got a bit tight at the end, having seemingly dominated most of the match.
Yeah, it was at the end I was getting a wee bit worried because I was sort of struggling the last two ends to keep myself composed, you know, but yeah, I'm just delighted I managed to hold it together at the end, yeah.
Speaking of holding it together at the end, that little disturbance that Jason had to endure when he was about to deliver his bowl a couple of times, did that unsettle you at all in any way? Because, of course, he then went on to score quite heavily.
Yeah, I think it was just unfortunate, you know, there was a couple of coughs and we sort of clicking noises at the side, maybe just got in Jason's mind, you know, when he was on the mat playing, but it was quite hard for me as well for such a long delay between my bowls. It just sort of built up the pressure a wee bit as well, you know, so it was hard for me as well to kind of come and play after that, you know.
Well, when all is said and done, you are through to your first ever semi-final at the Open Singles here at Potters. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it means everything, yeah. I'm just so chuffed to still be in the competition and yeah, who knows how long I'll stay in it, but I'll see.
Well, fingers crossed. We look forward to the next time we see you. Congratulations to Jason Banks through to the semi-finals.
Well, yet another great performance there from the Scottish player Jason Banks, and he books himself a place into the semi-final. Okay, let's have a look at what's coming up for the rest of today. So at 1 o'clock is Mark Dawes against David Gawley MBE. Following that game will be Wayne Wilgress and Jamie Walker. And this evening for your entertainment at 7:30, it's going to be Robert Paxton against Paul Foster MBE. I'm afraid that's all we have time for you this morning, so until lunch, it's bye-bye for now.